What makes lifestyle inflation dangerous is that it doesn't feel dangerous. Nobody wakes up one day and decides to destroy their finances. It happens quietly. A slightly nicer apartment, a better phone, food delivery a little more often, a car upgrade because you work hard, subscriptions you barely notice, small lifestyle improvements, small rewards, small upgrades, until one day you're earning twice as much as you used to. But somehow, money still feels tight. And that raises a strange question. If income keeps increasing, why do so many people still feel financially stuck? The answer might be hiding in a psychological trap almost nobody notices. Lifestyle inflation. And quietly, it may be costing people far more money than they realize. People often imagine financial success looking a certain way. Work harder. Earn more. Life improves. Stress disappears. Savings grow. Everything becomes easier. That sounds logical. And sometimes it is, but reality often works differently. Imagine someone named Alex. At 23, Alex gets his first job. He earns $35,000 a year. Money feels limited. He rents a small apartment, makes coffee at home, drives an old car, checks prices before buying things. Saving even a little feels difficult. But over time, Alex works hard, gets promoted, changes jobs. 5 years later, he earns $70,000. Double the income. Objectively, life should feel dramatically better, and initially it does. Alex upgrades his apartment, gets a newer car, starts ordering food more often, buys premium subscriptions, travels more. Nothing extreme, nothing irresponsible, just improvements, things successful adults are supposed to do. Then another promotion happens. Now Alex earns $100,000. Even better. But strangely, financial freedom still feels far away because expenses quietly rose alongside income. The nicer apartment became normal. The car payment became normal. The expensive habits became normal. What once felt luxurious now feels essential. Psychologists call this adaptation. Humans are incredibly good at adjusting to improvement. That sounds like a strength. But financially, it can quietly become a weakness. Think about your phone. Remember getting a brand new device. The excitement, the satisfaction, the feeling that life just improved. Now think about 6 months later. It feels normal, maybe even outdated. The brain adapts quickly, very quickly. Researchers studying happiness have observed something interesting. People often experience temporary happiness from improvements, more income, better possessions, lifestyle upgrades. But over time, those improvements become the new baseline. What once felt extraordinary becomes ordinary. And once something feels ordinary, the brain starts wanting more. That creates a cycle. Earn more. Spend more. Adjust. Want more. Repeat. Again. 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 Without realizing it, people slowly build financial lives that become increasingly expensive to maintain. And here's where things become dangerous. Lifestyle inflation doesn't usually arrive dramatically. It arrives invisibly. A $6 coffee doesn't matter. A streaming subscription doesn't matter. A nicer gym doesn't matter. A slightly bigger apartment doesn't matter. Individually, they barely seem important. Together, they quietly reshape your financial future. Imagine two friends, Sarah and Michael. Both receive a $20,000 raise. Sarah upgrades everything: apartment, car, restaurants, shopping habits, travel. Michael upgrades carefully. Some improvements, some enjoyment. But most of the raise goes towards savings and investments. 5 years later, their incomes are identical. But their financial realities look completely different. Sarah needs her high income. Michael benefits from his high income. That difference matters a lot, because wealth is not only determined by how much money enters your life, It's also shaped by how much flexibility remains after spending. People often assume wealthy people simply earn enormous incomes. Some do. But many financially strong people build wealth differently. They increase income without increasing lifestyle at the same speed. That gap creates room. Room for savings. Room for investments. Room for opportunities. Room for mistakes. Room for freedom. Freedom matters more than people realize, because financial stress rarely comes from income alone. It often comes from commitments, obligations, fixed expenses. The more lifestyle expands, the less financial breathing room exists. Imagine earning $200,000 annually while spending $190,000. Now imagine earning $90,000 while spending $45,000. Who has more flexibility? Who sleeps better during uncertainty? Who handles emergencies more comfortably? Income matters. But margin matters too. Lifestyle inflation quietly attacks margin. And modern life makes it even harder to avoid. Because today, comparison is everywhere. Social media changed money psychology in ways people rarely discuss. For most of history, people compared themselves to neighbors, coworkers, friends. Now, people compare themselves to millions, luxury vacations, designer clothes, perfect homes, expensive cars. People constantly see upgraded lifestyles, and something subtle happens psychologically. Normal changes. A perfectly good life starts feeling inadequate, not because it actually is, because comparison quietly moved the goalposts. Behavioral economists sometimes call this relative comparison. People often judge success relative to others, not relative to their own needs. That creates a dangerous illusion. Someone earning more money still feels behind. Someone doing objectively well still feels unsuccessful. Because there is always someone living larger, spending more, showing more. Lifestyle inflation feeds on this psychology. Because spending often becomes emotional, not practical. Think about cars. A reliable vehicle gets you everywhere. But many upgrades happen for emotional reasons. Status, identity, validation, social signaling. Humans naturally care what others think. That's normal. But companies understand this psychology extremely well. Entire industries are built around convincing people they need more, not because life improves dramatically, because perception improves. Luxury marketing rarely sells products. It sells feelings, importance, success, achievement, belonging. People buy stories, not objects. That doesn't mean spending money is bad. Enjoying life matters. Experiences matter. Comfort matters. Money exists to improve life, not simply sit untouched forever. The problem begins when spending becomes automatic, unquestioned, habitual. When every income increase immediately disappears, without intention, without awareness, without thought. Because here's something strange about human psychology. People often adapt upward quickly, but downward? That feels painful, very painful. Someone upgrading from a modest lifestyle to an expensive one often struggles to reverse it later. The nicer apartment becomes necessary. Premium services become expected. Luxuries become perceived needs, and suddenly, financial pressure increases, not because income fell, because expectations rose. Lifestyle inflation quietly raises the financial minimum required to feel comfortable. That creates vulnerability. Job loss feels harder. Economic uncertainty feels scarier. Unexpected expenses feel heavier. Because fixed obligations expanded. People sometimes think wealth is about accumulation. More income, more possessions, more upgrades. But true financial strength often comes from resilience, flexibility, options, the ability to handle change without financial panic. Lifestyle inflation slowly weakens those advantages, without announcing itself, without warning signs, without obvious danger, which is why so many intelligent people fall into it, even high earners. Especially high earners. Because bigger income creates bigger temptation. And lifestyle inflation often hides behind rationalizations. I deserve this. I worked hard. I can afford it. Sometimes those statements are true. But there's an important question people rarely ask. Can you afford it today? Or can you afford it repeatedly? Over years, over decades, repeated spending shapes financial outcomes more than occasional spending. A luxury purchase once a year rarely destroys wealth. Automatic lifestyle upgrades everywhere, those add up, quietly, relentlessly. Think of financial progress like climbing a mountain. Income helps you climb higher. Lifestyle inflation quietly adds weight to your backpack. At first, you barely notice. But eventually, every step becomes harder. And here's the deeper lesson. Lifestyle inflation isn't only about money. It's about expectations. People often believe happiness exists one upgrade away. A bigger house, more income, a better car, a nicer lifestyle. But happiness psychology suggests something different. People often overestimate how much future upgrades will permanently improve satisfaction. Because adaptation changes everything. That doesn't mean goals are bad. Ambition matters. Growth matters. Improving life matters. But understanding adaptation changes how people approach money. Instead of asking, what can I upgrade? People start asking what actually improves my life long term. Because not every expense creates equal value. Some purchases genuinely improve quality of life. Health, time freedom, experiences with people you love, learning, convenience that removes stress. But some expenses mostly create temporary excitement, then disappear into normality. Recognizing the difference changes everything. Financially successful people often develop a hidden skill. They become intentional, not restrictive, not cheap. Intentional. They choose upgrades carefully. They avoid automatic expansion. They understand something important. Income growth creates opportunity, but only if lifestyle growth stays controlled. A simple habit can help. Every time income increases, pause. Before upgrading life immediately, ask, does this genuinely improve my life, or am I adapting to a new financial identity? That small pause creates awareness. Awareness creates better decisions. Better decisions create stronger financial outcomes. And stronger financial outcomes create something money alone cannot buy. Peace. Because financial freedom isn't necessarily owning everything. Sometimes it's needing less. At the end of the day, lifestyle inflation doesn't destroy wealth dramatically. It destroys wealth quietly. One upgrade, one habit, one subscription, one harmless decision at a time. People often think becoming wealthier means constantly expanding lifestyle, but real financial strength often grows differently. It grows invisibly. Savings, investments, flexibility, margin, patience. The goal isn't avoiding success. The goal isn't avoiding enjoyment. The goal is making sure higher income creates freedom, not bigger financial pressure. Because earning more money can absolutely change your life. But only if you notice where the money quietly disappears. And maybe that's the strange truth about lifestyle inflation. The biggest financial risks are not always the ones people fear. Sometimes, the biggest risks feel completely normal. Until years later, when people realize they earned more, worked harder, achieved more, but somehow never actually moved forward.